Okay, this is for that bride that has been to multiple bridal stores and still hasn't found her dress. I met this bride at a bridal show, and when we were talking, she had already been through the process and she was stuck because she knew the exact type of beading that she wanted for a fitted top, but she wanted a dramatic satin skirt. She was finding tulle everywhere, but she wanted satin, and it was just not, she couldn't find it. When we met at the show, we were talking about details. She was comfortable up to the $4,000 range. But then in end of March, she scheduled an appointment for April 8th. We're doing our planning call and getting everything ready, and I was just about to start her suggestions rack. And during the planning call and in her style quiz, she mentions to me that her price range is now $2,500. And so at the bridal show, she had clarity on what she was looking for in January, but then things change. And so many of us find ourselves in this position where we go to so many stores, we know it's not out there, we're not interested in going to Etsy or another fabulous online retailer. We want to work with someone in person because we have a clear vision on the type of beading and style, and not always can that niche be served online. If you're that bride that's like, yeah, I need to see it, touch it, try it on, and connect with it before I make that decision, and the online option is just not going to suit me best, I get a lot of those brides who come to me and they need help figuring out, should I save or should I splurge? And in this video, I'm going to give you clarity and guidance so that you have everything you need to make that decision, because ultimately it is up to you. But you need someone to kind of show you, okay, from the seamstress background and from the bridal stylist dress shopping standpoint, this is how you merge the two of those together. In your style quiz, you'll send me your measurements. So I have this bride's measurements. I know exactly what sizes to pull within one or two sizes, of course. When you're trying to save cost as much as possible and you're going with fitted, beaded dresses, you're going to want to stay away from dresses that are way too small and way too big, because the cost of alterations can easily take up so much of those numbers that you were trying to be thoughtful of. And this isn't just about finding your dress. This is about making a decision that you feel good about today, that isn't going to be stressful for the future, and really just making sure that you're going to be in an appointment where you have options. I'm going to take you to the stockroom and show you exactly how I would handle this appointment and the strategy I would use so that it's not stressful when you're here with your friends and family, and it's so easy and it feels special, intentional, and you're not just like feeling nickel and dimed. We want it to be so effortless. The transparency of pricing and strategy on how I would save. Or do we just splurge and get everything you want? A beaded top that's fitted like this. Where am I? And then a satin bottom. Like, she knows for sure she would do customizations. And believe me, she has been everywhere trying to find this, but no dice. The base dress is like here, and then we make the customization. There are a few that are a little less. That's going to be your base dress on most of these. And of course, like, this isn't going to be the one. This isn't even her size. This is just this one rack. So now I need to go through and find all of the ones that I would recommend to keep her as low as possible, because we can do it. She sent me her measurement. So now I'm going through all of my clearance dresses to figure out, like, okay, what's the lowest reasonable range that she could get this whole customization? Because she doesn't just want a base dress. She wants to take a dress and then add all the ruffles and satin at the bottom, which will be stunning. So those dresses I was just showing you, those aren't going to work for $2,500. In your appointment, I have this as just a skirt only, and it has the embroidery already on it. So I'll be able to pin this to the dress. It's a little bit darker ivory color, but it's still ivory. This is a little lighter, and you'll be able to see it with these dresses. The beading being this color, it works really well to keep it looking classic like your photo. Here are two that are on the lower end, and the size matters because we don't want to do a lot of alterations on a dress that you got on sale and then it ends up being more. This one is the color that it's in. See how the bottom actually has the volume that you need and want? I would pin it with a different color of satin and see if they work together. When this is ivory and the satin's ivory, I'm going to show you this with the color and watch how it changes it. This is what I'm pinning onto the dress. This has the crystal buttons going down, and this could be one of the layers of the ruffles. And this color of ivory works really well with this beading. See how this changes everything with the color? Now all of a sudden it works, and this might not even be the right hue. Now this beading does not match this, so we'll have to figure that out based on the dress you choose. But I do have all the tools to be able to show you all your ideas on the splurge or the save side. This one is another great option because she's here, but she is a sheet. So this would be easy to work with. See how this is going to be helpful in the labor. She's also beaded all the way down, which is something you were hoping for. And the back, she's already strapless. So we could work with the top, put the color underneath, and let's say you wanted to change the color and put this with a satin based dress, this would be workable because the top is already made to keep the labor costs low. So we would detach all of this from the dress and put it on a satin one and then add the ruffle bottom. These are the ones I was showing you in stories that are all like $2,600 to $3,200. So I would steer clear of these because none of these are as low as those. This is another good one. She is in 2100. She's the size that your measurements show. The color we'll need to play with satin because the color will change when you're mixing it with another fabric. She has the structure and support to take this off, but she is not beaded in the skirt. Here's another one. She's a different color. We would need to make this work. This is a smaller size, so we would have enough room in here to let this out. She already has the volume. There's no beading in the skirt. If you decide to stay as low as possible, these are the dresses I would focus on to get the look you want at the bottom and adding these to the top. If you're flexible up to 4,000, these are some additional dresses I would show you. Like this one I was so excited about for you, but see, she's here. The size would be perfect, and she's white. She already has the satin and the build up at the bottom. This one, she's 4,200. She's one that's like head to toe. 3,500. She's head to toe. Different things happening with the skirt that you were talking about. This one's 3,500. This one is 39, 34. And then this one here, 3,700. And then you'll see a lot of these others, they get up to 5,000. So we don't need these. We have so many other options. In February, I made a YouTube video that you might have seen as well, where I showed all of these dresses that were up to $4,000. And so that's why I'm showing them again in this one. Normally I would just focus on the ones that save you cost. But because I made a video in February showing her everything in the 4,000 and under range, she's now seen all the dresses that you saw in that YouTube video. And it's confusing because some of those dresses are $4,500, but the customizations are free. But then you have dresses that are $2,000 and you have to pay extra for the customizations. It is dress by dress. It just depends on how they're made, where they're made, and it is so confusing. So if you see a dress and you're like, well, that dress is $3,800 and then I add the customization of the satin skirt, not always. So without overwhelming you in a video, all I can tell you is when you get here, I'm going to have a suggestions rack and I'm going to walk you through starting with those 4 that save. And then if you tell me, yes, okay, Sue, I'm flexible, I can spend in the 4,000 range or up, you just tell me where you want me to stop. And if it's a hard line, I won't even put them out. But if it's flexible, then I'll show them to you so that you could at least touch them, feel them, try them on. That's how I would handle the splurge. That's how I would handle the save. The coolest part about this bride that we're helping in this video is she's gonna help another bride. That's how this works. I had one bride come in looking for these pearl straps that was on a dress, and I ordered the materials in for her, and then it helped another bride. I was showing a video on stories, and then another bride booked because she saw that video. The conversations that we're having in this video and that we're gonna have and the materials that I'm gonna order in and showing what the work that you've done and the dress you've created is going to help others, and I'm so honored to be part of that. You're gonna do great. I'll see you soon. Mwah. If you have any questions or are ready to book on my calendar, I have it linked in the description, but I also put my contact information in case you need to leave me a message. I'm Sue with Ava's Bridal Salon in Fort Worth, Texas. I would love to help you shop for your dream dress or customize. I also help brides remake their dresses that are vintage from their mother or grandmother's dresses and also work with new dresses that are remade as well.